Guys, David here. Today we're going to do a lift test on the VM1000. We're going to do things a little bit different, but before I set up and show you how I'm going to do it, I just want to demonstrate how rear heavy this machine is. So I have no attachments on this at all. You've got the hydraulic tank, the fuel tank, and the counterweights on the rear. If you have a look at this here, we're probably only about 3 or 4 centimeters, maybe inch and a half here gap, so you watch as it comes out and how tippy this thing is without anything on the front. I need some keys. So we're just going to ease out nice and gently, and you watch this just, right, look at that. And that's without anything in the front. Now honestly, I think if you came out of here too fast, you could tip this up. So let me get set up and I'll be right back. The purpose of this lift test is to use an IBC, and we're going to fill it full of water. We will measure the amount of water using this flow meter. I have checked this against a bucket, and 9 litres was pretty accurate, so it's not too bad. It gives us litres per minute, but it also gives us total litres dispensed, so that's a pretty good indication. The forks weigh 80 kilos. The IBC weighs about 65 kilos. So it gives us a total of 145 kilos. So we're going to fill this up till it just starts to want to pick the back up, and then we will probably lower it to the ground and put some more in as we go to measure how much is in there. So okay, so that's going away. So now I know a lot of people have done different lift tests over the last year or so. I think this is more of a real world lift test, because let's face it, when you go and pull a pallet off a truck, it's not going to be weighted to one way or another. Full credit to the other guys, they are consistent with their lift tests, so nothing to worry about there. I've just chosen to do it like this, and this will be the standard lift test practice for me from now on. So if you want to see how it can pick up a pallet, load it evenly at a hardware store or something, this is the lift test for you. So I anticipate this should take about 500 litres. So I don't think we need to sit here and watch it all flow in there. Just so you get an idea of what this guy's doing, you can see there it's reading the litres to go. So far we put 25 litres in. So, and 1 litre of water is 1 kilo. So let's see how it goes. My guess is this should take about 600 kilos, 700 kilos, at a guess. It is very rear heavy, like I previously stated. Now you may have watched an oh fuck moment recently with the stump bucket down the front, and as you can see when I came over the lip there, it doesn't take much to get this in the front. To be honest, without an attachment, I almost think I could get this thing to wheel stand. Also some measurements on this guy, so you should be able to see it come up to here. There's our 500 litre mark, so that's 500 kilos and so on. I don't know how accurate that is. I guess we're going to find out. Then when we're finished, we'll dump the water down the drain, because it's just dam water that I pumped up from the dam down the back. So far I'm pretty happy with the VMEG. I'm pretty impressed. The extra travel speed makes a big difference to me. It's very easy to use, it's very smooth. I don't think you could go wrong with one personally. It is very high up, and I do find myself using these guys a lot. It's not too bad on fuel, although we can't really currently afford to run our machines. Okay, so I'm just going to stop it here because there's a little bit of an indiscrepancy. This is showing 500 kilos here, but the flow meter is showing 451. So let's just pause that, write that down, 453, right there. And let's just measure it in here again. So let's just reset that. So that's back to 0. So that says 8.5. That's pretty close. Anyway, maybe there is a little bit of indiscrepancy, but it's pretty close. We'll go on a bit of, we'll average it out. So let's zero that again and pour that in there. So far, I also discovered here it says it's 57 kilos, so it wasn't the 65. So I revised it to 60 kilos because there was a bit of stuff inside just when I started. So we've got 140 kilos so far. So far we've got 500, almost 600 kilos in here. It's not wanting. Not really having an issue. That's not a full rev, so it's just a reasonable working rate. Doesn't feel tippy at all. So let's keep going. It can still curl. So I need to be gentle. Because unfortunately these forks don't actually go all the way outside. So there is a metal plate underneath, but obviously they're pushing up onto there. It would be nice if they came all the way out here. Okay, we're getting close to our 600 litre mark on here. So that's what, 740 kilograms sitting in here. I'm personally not obsessed with lift testing. I understand why some of you guys are interested in lift tests because you might be working in construction. You might want to be moving an IBC full of fertilizer or materials, a pallet load of turf, bags of cement, all of that, and you need to know how heavy. But here on the farm, most of our stuff really isn't lift test orientated, so it's a bit irrelevant for my own personal purposes, but we'll do this for you guys. Most of the time, if we're lifting something, we have to go, like you've seen my property here, if you've watched my videos before, it's kind of steep, so we're not going to be carting 1,000 kilos down the hill, down the driveway, or around some of the paddock anyway. So you really just got to be sensible about your lifting. When you're on a farm, you just lift what you can. So if we're getting even close, I tell you what, it doesn't even feel like it wants to tip at all. To be honest, the way this feels, I think it's going to take the full 1,000 litres. Our biggest problem is probably the forks are going to push up underneath and dent the bottom. For the next test, we'll have to get some extensions for these forks so that they can stick right through. We might just get some box steel, put it through underneath, and we can just slide the forks in those. So I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. Looks like it's probably sagged down a little. Not even having a problem. Can it still tilt? Yep. I mean, it's not graceful. I wouldn't want to go any higher than that with me on it. Starting to feel a little bouncy. Okay, now we're starting to get some air. I don't know if you can see that, but she's starting to just rock a little bit. So it strains a little to tilt, but it's doing it. It doesn't have the grace that you would be used to if you're just doing it, so it's kind of like got to put a bit of power into it. We're not at full RPM. Like, I mean, you'd be stupid to be carting that around at that height. Let's be honest, you'd be carting a load around here. No trouble moving, although I suspect, oh, we're getting there, look. Yeah, we're definitely getting tail heavy. So if I step back a bit, lifting is not really the problem. I don't think we've got any trouble. The real problem here is going to be the weight at the back. I probably need to go on a seafood diet and eat a lot of food. Anyway. Whoop. And I think we're at our limit. All right, so let's have a look at that. It says here we put another 249 litres in. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's call it 250. Let's just make it nice and easy. 600, 700 litres according to that. And over here it looks like we got probably 725. So I think we do have a little bit of an indiscrepancy. It looked like it was about a half litre out over 9 litres or 10 litres. So I could probably do the maths on that a bit later. We'll do some more research on that flow meter. It was a TMU special. It was only $9, so you get what you pay for. Hey, but it's pretty close here. So if we've got our 700 litres, probably 750. Let's call it 725. Hey, 725 plus our 140. So we've got 900 kilos. So let's see if we can move this. over there a little bit. So bring this up to revs. It's got it off the ground. If I step off, it's going to go. So we're pretty much at our limit, but we're moving. Yep. Okay, so the water sloshing around is a problem. Obviously, if you're moving a pallet, that might not be for you. It looks like about there. I really don't want to go any higher than that because I honestly don't want to go over the handlebars. But that's pretty good. Like, the only thing holding back this for lifting is the weight back here. More beer, maybe we can lift more. Okay, so there you have it, guys. This can easily lift around 900 kilos. I think if you had an extra 20 or 30 kilos on your body weight or an extra set of counterweights, you could well and truly lift over the 1 ton mark. Pretty cool. Haven't actually found its limit. Haven't actually maxed out the hydraulics, but we've definitely maxed out the counterweight on here. I hope you find this interesting and helpful for you. If you do, like and subscribe. Don't forget to head on over to Mini Steers Down Under or the VMEG Australia page. And thanks, guys. Have a great day.